So the first thing is you have to configure the packet tracer. Once you install, you download using your email address. Then after that, then you start now setting up. The first thing you do is you look at the components here. We have the devices, which is the network devices. On a network devices, you may get one of the Cisco router. For instance, I'll get Cisco router 29. I'll put it 2901. Then the next thing is I have to get the switch. So on the switch, this is 29. Then from there, I'll come and get the device, which is the computer. So on the computer, I click this tab. From there, I'll put the laptop here. Then the next, I may also get the saver. I put the saver. I'll also get the desktop computer. Okay. So now, when you do these connections, when you do the setup, you drag all the icons. Now you need to connect the devices. The first thing is I'll put on the connection. On the connection, I need to pick what type of cable. So when you look at this one, these are the cables. You see these cables. These different types of cables: the console cable, the copper straight through, then the copper crossover, fiber, then phone, then coaxial cable, and so forth. So my interest right now is to pick on the straight through. So the straight through cable I connect. I'll connect to Giga Ethernet interface 0.0, connect to a switch. On a switch, I'll put the first Ethernet as 0.1. Then next, I'll look at the straight through again, connect to the switch, to a server, connect. Then the other one, I'll connect to the laptop. Another one I'll connect to a PC. Okay, so now these devices are connected. So what it is now is that the Cisco router is off. So how do you activate it? And you may need also to set up the connection. This is a local area network. So on this local area network, what I'll do is I'll double click. I'll go to the command prompt. On a command prompt, it's giving a guide. I'll just say no. For now, I'll just go direct. So here, what I'll do is I'll start the first configuration. This is a command prompt. I'll say enable. So on enable, I may need now to configure because the name is router. Now we want to put the name to be called Zcash router. So now what I'll do now is I'll say config T. Config means configuration terminal. Enter. So on configuration terminal, I'll say host name. Then what will be the host name? I'll say Zcash _ then I'll say router. Okay, enter. So here it is configured. You can see the name has changed now. It's called Zcash router. So what is the next thing? The next thing now is to configure the interface. You give it the IP address, what is set up there. So what should I do now? This is just a basic configuration. I'll say interface. The interface here we configured, that was the GBIC. We'll say Giga Ethernet. Then it's 0/0. So here we are in the interface. So what are you supposed to do? You put now the IP address on the interface. So you say IP address. Okay. IP address is a 192.168.1.1. Then always remember the subnet mask .255.255.0. That's class C. Enter. So the IP address is configured. So what you do? You save the writing now. So I'll say do right, meaning the configurations have been saved. Okay, so now this part, now I'll say show IP to see if it's been done. Okay, so because it's a packet tracer where it can show, so I forgot one thing. I said do show IP hint brief. So you see now, if you look at here, the interface shows this interface, this is the IP address, and the link is down. Okay, so what do you do now to enable the interface? So the first thing you need to check is the router on. Yes, it is. So now you have to set the interface, say no shut. Okay, so when you say no shut, meaning the line now comes active. Okay, so now we are done on this part. Let me do again save in case you forget, you save. Okay, so now since you are done on this part, now you go to the laptop. On the laptop, I'll give it IP address. Okay, so the IP address, I'll give it as a static IP address. So I cannot put .1 because .1 is configured on the router. So I can start from 2 going down. Then what is the subnet mask? The subnet mask is 255.255.255. So basically this one just ends at this stage. Then our IP address, say 192.168.1. Maybe I'll give it 3. Subnet mask maintains. Okay. Then I come to the server as well. You come to the interface. I'll say 192.168.1.4. Then subnet mask configured. Okay, so now here I have to test the laptop to check the configurations now if I'm able to ping the other device. So 192.168.1. Maybe I'll put it 2. Here you can see that it's able to work and able to see the other device. So now let me try to see if I can see the router. I'm able also to ping. I'm able to see it there. Okay, so meaning our configurations are correct for Cisco network packet tracers.